What is poppin' YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl DOPEaxxPANA, and you guys have been asking me for months to do 100% human hair boho braids, and so today I'm super excited to share this video with you guys. I am teaming up with YGwigs to create this look, and this was the perfect hair for this install. I'm using their 100% human hair wet and wavy in 20 inches, and I used a total of 3 bundles. This look can be achieved with other curl patterns and textures as well, but this just turned out so fire. So we're just doing a quick unbagging. They do send clips, a comb, an edge brush, and a crochet hook. Always love that. And I'm gonna start off by getting into the prep. I always talk about prepping for boho braids is essential, and I literally used every single piece of this hair for the look. Honestly guys, I needed a 4th bundle. I was like looking everywhere to see if I could find a strand of hair anywhere, but we were able to achieve this look and it turned out so bomb. And you guys can see how nice and full this bundle is. It is a true 20 inches. I love that the length is there on it. And I'm just gonna show you guys how I prep that. So after opening up the bundle, I'm gonna break off a small piece. I'm gonna apply a little bit of product at the top of that piece that I pulled off, and I'm gonna begin to pull off even smaller pieces to prep. We're going to be doing these braids in a medium size, so I am pulling really small human hair pieces. This is just to make sure that our braid is seamless and I can really match the density of my client's natural hair. My favorite thing about this hair was how full it was from top to bottom. That's super important to me because we want to make sure that my client's ends are really full on these braids. I'm only going to be braiding a little bit past her natural hair. So yes guys, I'm so excited to get into this look now. I messed up, y'all. I've been really excited because I got the Osmo Pocket 3, a brand new camera, and oh my god, it's so bomb. The camera quality is amazing. I'm like, I'm gonna film so much content on this. Yo, why did I film this entire video in time lapse? I'm literally so triggered. So I did have some regular clips on my phone that I'm gonna put in, but I couldn't really slow a lot of these clips down because the way that your camera records when it's in time lapse, it was a mess, y'all. But this style was too fire for me not to share, so I really made a way for this to happen. But if you guys want a super in detail tutorial, which is what this was supposed to be, let me know in the comment section down below and I'll get it down to you. So first, as always, I'm gonna start off by parting off the nape of my client's neck, and I'm doing 3 rows at the nape of the neck because we are doing a medium size. Now, the first row at the nape of the neck, I didn't add any boho hair pieces coming out. I just braided straight down. I tried to slow this clip down, but you guys can see how it's kind of wonky because it is a time-lapse video slowed down. But I do have some really good clips towards the end of this video if you guys can just hang in there. But y'all, I would not recommend doing 100% human hair braids, really, honestly, anything bigger than a medium size, just because it is so hard to get these braids just braided nicely. Like, your grip has to be amazing, like your pinch has to be amazing. I'm telling you right now, if it's your first time doing these braids, expect a couple lumps and bumps. Expect that hair to be sticking out. I did trim each braid as we went. Honestly, those pieces sticking out are just the ends of the human hair that we added in. And at the bottom, I'm gonna tie a knot, and I put a very small amount of hair glue. I had someone comment before and asked if I can tie a knot without using hair glue, and you absolutely can. I like to use the hair glue for extra security. It's just a preference, and you can still reuse the hair. I'm not using a lot, guys. It's just a very, very small amount to kind of secure that knot. So this is what that first row looks like, and after I did my first 3 rows at the nape of the neck, I did wet it down. Number one, because I was nervous, y'all. I was nervous. I was like, I want to make sure these are full. I want to make sure they don't look super thin. And also, I was just really curious to see what that wet and wavy texture was going to be like. So you guys can literally see it transforming as I'm doing it. It looks so bomb. I kind of scrunched it a little bit just to see if it would help. But honestly, if you wet it down enough, the texture of this hair comes out and it's so bomb, guys. It reminds me of like a water wave, and I love it. After I did these first 3 rows, I was like, yeah, okay, like, yeah, this shit is finna be a hit. I could see the vision. Not only that, my parts were just hitting too. The braids were looking so good after I trimmed them, and I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a thing. I also love how lightweight these are, guys. Boho braids can be really heavy. You can be using a lot of hair when it comes to the synthetic braiding hair and the boho hair. So I just feel like, yeah, this might be my new wave. This might be it for me. So after doing those rows at the nape of the neck, I then pre-parted off my top section. I'm going to be doing 6 rows on each side. So I find my client's middle part and then I pre-part out my 6 rows. This is just going to make sure that my rows are even and that I don't run out of any space by the time I get to the top. I call this like an advanced braider's pre-part. I'm then going to take down that middle section and I'm going to connect it side to side. And if you are a beginner, you should map out that entire thing before you continue, but if you're an advanced braider, you can just get away with parting the front. This video here I actually recorded on my phone so you guys can see it without it being all wonky. I tried to leave it as slow as I possibly could, and you guys can see I'm now adding in boho pieces and I'm also adding in human hair that I'm going to be braiding down. Honestly, the only real difference is that you're adding in the same hair for the boho pieces and for the braid down. I mean, I'm adding it in the same way that I would add in braiding hair, except for one side is going to be longer than the other side. So the main thing when you're doing these braids is going to be grip. Like, you really have to make sure your pinch is tight because human hair is obviously slippery, right? So if you're not holding your braid tight in your fingers, it's definitely going to twist and turn, and you want to try to prevent that. Honestly, like me as an advanced braider, these were challenging. Like, I really had to make sure I held correctly. There was still like a couple twists and turns where I'm like, oh my god, but overall, like, I felt like my braids had turned out fairly neat, especially after I trimmed them. But that is something that as a beginner braider I would definitely tell you to look out for. I have seen a fellow braider mention that she uses one tiny piece of synthetic hair to kind of anchor that braid and just to add a little bit of grip to the braid as you braid down, but then that wouldn't be 100% human hair braids, right? So you can definitely get a neat braid only using 100% human hair, but you're definitely gonna have to slow down and take your time to achieve that. I have been wanting to offer 100% human hair braids when there was the alleged braiding hair causes cancer scare. I know a lot of people wanted to stray away from using synthetic hair altogether, so this is now going to be something that I'm offering. If you are offering this style, I would recommend you get 4 bundles, and I love getting my bundles from YGwigs because the quality is always there. It's always on point. Shipping is great, and they offer a bunch of different textures. Now on each braid, I am leaving out about 4 to 5 pieces. This style took me, I'm not gonna lie, probably about 7 hours to do. Number 1, my client's hair is really thick, and number 2, I was really honestly just trying to take my time and get as neat of a braid as possible. Also, guys, I was filming a super detailed tutorial for you guys, and so in the midst of me doing all that, it just took a little bit longer to achieve this style. But look how full this is, guys. This is only 2 bundles of the YGwigs 100% human hair, and that last bundle I had saved for the top. What I love most about this hair is we honestly like the texture before we even wet it down, as well as when it was wet down. If you're going for a fluffy look, you don't even have to 100% wet it down. But I also loved it when it was wet. It's just super fluffy and super full, and so I absolutely love that. This was my very last braid, y'all, and when I tell you I was counting pieces for this last row, I was like, oh my god, we cannot run out of hair for this look. So you'll see that as I'm braiding down, I'm using some of my client's natural hair to braid down in the beginning and a little bit of that human hair, but these, oh my god, I cannot wait till y'all see. Y'all, they literally turned out so bomb. Now I know you guys are gonna be like, what's the benefit of using 100% human hair? Well, it's super lightweight, guys. Like, you literally feel like this is your natural hair, like you barely have any hair in your head. Again, like I said, a lot of people have been having reactions to braiding hair or are nervous about it allegedly causing cancer. And then it's just an even more natural look for you. I cannot wait to finish this because I was like, I know the girlies are going to be eating this up. You guys are going to be loving this. And I just cannot wait to offer this service. I rarely get excited about doing things, and these, I was like, every day I was like, oh my god, I get to do these. I get to do these. So here I'm spraying it down. I'm just using good old water in a spray bottle. You can add a little bit of leave-in conditioner if you want to, but honestly you really don't have to. And I did want to zoom in just to show you guys how that curl pattern is transforming and how full these look, guys. Oh my god, I was like, these are so bomb. I did my biggest one. I'm using a mister just because I don't know, I just love using a mister. Ever since I discovered it, like, I love using it. And obviously the more you wet these down, the more curly the hair will become. If you want to keep it like fluffy for a little bit and its natural texture, you can. But oh my god, guys, these look so bomb. Now my favorite thing about these braids is that I was able to pull these up into a ponytail with one hand, so I did want to show you guys that transformation. YGwigs bundles are super full, but once I wet this down, and even using all 3 of those bundles, I can still put this up using one hand to hold that ponytail, and I absolutely love that. I'm going to show you guys how fire these actually turned out. Again, guys, just to reiterate too, this is 100% human hair. You can curl it, you can wash it, you can do pretty much anything that you would do with your natural hair. And y'all, don't lie and tell me that them parts is not eating. Those braids are not eating, y'all. I did my biggest one. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I know what you guys are gonna say. We used to do 100% human hair braids back in the day. Yes, girl, and they're back. We did a cute little style. I absolutely love the way these turned out. I'm so excited. If you guys love it just as much as I do, drop a red heart in the comment section down below. As always, shout out to YGwigs. Make sure you guys check out their website. Everything that I'm using in this video will be linked in the description section. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in my next video.